This is part 7 of my out-of-print DVD collection. Once again, I'd like to state that it's only these particular versions that are out of print. Sometimes a studio will re-release the same movie more than once, or you'll have more than one studio release the same movie. First up, we have a Toho movie, The Mysterians. Um, Basically, the military investigates a town that's been destroyed by a giant robot. Aliens appear and they invite scientists to talk to them. The aliens make these demands of they want land and they want to be able to interbreed with human women. Earth refuses and they get into a war. Pretty straightforward. Um, if you've seen other Toho alien type of movies and giant monster movies, you pretty much know what this is about. I really like these type of movies, so I have a bunch of them. Speaking of which, another Toho movie, Atragon. Um, there are these people that live under the sea. They come back up to the surface and they want to take over, I guess, the above ground world. They want to take over planet Earth. They have a dragon, some kind of sea serpent dragon thing that the aliens use to fight humanity. So humanity has, I guess it's a submarine flying ship thing called the Atragon. Another one of those aliens invade, except these aren't aliens from outer space. They're actually inner Earth, I guess, aliens. Good movie, I liked it. Here's another one of my end of the world movies. I have a collection of apocalyptic or end of the world movies. Um, Something happens. I don't recall that they revealed exactly what. These kids are on a school trip riding a train, and I guess the end of the world happens when they're in the tunnel, so they get spared. Only 3 people on the train live. 2 male students and a female one. One of the guys goes crazy, tries to kill the other two. The male student and the female one get away. Just their wanderings through post-apocalyptic Japan. They come across people, soldiers. It's not your typical end of the world movie, I guess. I think this one has a lot of metaphors and hidden meanings, and it's an artistic end of the world movie. I guess it's the best way I can describe it. It stars a couple of pretty big Japanese film and TV stars. You probably won't recognize them, but fans of Japanese cinema will. We have Sharkskin Man and Peach Hip Girl. It stars Tadanobu Asano. He's basically the Johnny Depp of Japan. He's a huge movie star. He doesn't do your typical Hollywood movies. Not always. He does a lot of independent and quirky films. Very good actor. He was in Tokyo Zombie. He was in Ichi the Killer as the dude with he had the cuts on the side of his cheeks. But anyway, Sharkskin Man, Tadanobu Asano, he's running away from the mob. I think he stole money or something. So they send out a bunch of hitmen after him. Peach Hip Girl is working at, I think it's some kind of resort or hotel, motel thing. And her he owns a place and he's got a creepy obsession with her, some kind of incestuous obsession. But she prevents him from getting killed, I think. It's been a while since I've seen it. So it's basically a guy running from the mob and dealing with the hitmen that were sent to kill him. And he also has to deal with the girl's crazy uncle. It's funny. It's a really good movie. It's one of those wacky Japanese mobster type movies. I mean, it's a black comedy basically. Latitude Zero, another Toho movie, except this one is sort of based on the Captain Nemo mythology. Except in this one, Captain Nemo's good. Or, well, I don't know if you could call the original Captain Nemo bad, but he had some pretty crazy ideas. Anyway, these scientists get trapped, I guess, in a submersible underwater, and the captain of Latitude Zero, the submarine, comes in, saves them. And there's a doctor, an evil doctor played by Cesar Romero. He played the original Joker in the Adam West Batman TV show. He's a pretty prolific actor, was. I like him. But he's the villain in this one. He wants to kidnap the scientists and experiment on them, and I think he does some kind of genetic manipulation, or he crossbreeds species. Typical Toho movie, but I think it was made in conjunction with an American studio as well. Not sure on that one. But if you like the Toho sci-fi stuff, you'll like this one. Kamikaze Girls. Stars two of, I guess they're pretty big movie and television stars in Japan. Kyoko Fukada and Anna Tsuchiya. Kyoko Fukada, she's a gothic Lolita. They're obsessed with the Rococo style of things. She meets up with the biker girl. It's funny, the biker girls in Japan, they ride mopeds, souped up mopeds, basically. But yeah, they develop one of those weird friendships, you know, for the people from different worlds. It's funny. The ending's pretty hilarious. It's another wacky Japanese comedy. People, the laws of physics don't exactly apply, and people that should be dead don't escape injury. Like I said, wacky Japanese comedy. I think it's based on a manga or a book. Steamboy. This is from the director of Akira, Katsuhiro Otomo. I think there was a lot of expectation for this when it was announced, but it kind of fell flat. I like it. It's been a while since I've seen it, but basically this kid's grandfather, I think anyway, he invented some kind of power source, some kind of steam-driven power source, and their country gets invaded by a mechanized army, and the kid basically holds the secret to this steam-powered energy source that they're going to need to fight off the invaders. Animation is excellent, obviously with the Otomo movie, but like I said, for some reason it just didn't appeal to audiences. I liked it. I didn't love it though. But Steamboy. Erik the Viking. This is another movie with a bunch of Monty Python guys. Except this one stars what's his face? Tim Robbins. He plays a Viking in the Dark Ages. He accidentally kills a woman that he guess, falling in love with, or he's starting to like. He gets tired of the Dark Ages, decides, I'm gonna go wake up the gods, I'm gonna bring back the sun. I don't know if it's literal. It's been so long since I've seen this movie. But there's John Cleese. What is his name? The other guy, Terry Jones. There's Eartha Kitt, Mickey Rooney. I remember it being funny. I don't remember how funny it was, but Erik the Viking. Here we have a Sword and Sandal movie, The Sword and the Sorcerer. This was another drive-in sort of exploitation movie. Very violent, gory, some sex, I believe. But yeah, it's the main character is the kingdom that he's supposed to be ruling over is being controlled by an evil sorcerer. Or I guess he discovers that he's supposed to be the ruler of this kingdom. So it's his quest to get back his kingdom. The coolest thing about this movie was the sword. It's a 3-bladed sword, and 2 of the blades will shoot out like projectiles. I can't imagine how heavy that prop sword was, because it looked like a beast to handle. Because they still had to make the prop sword pretty solid, I would imagine. But yeah, I like it. Classic sword and sandal movie from the 80s. Most of you should be familiar with this one. Last up, we have Willow, starring Warwick Davis. He played, I think, Wicket the Ewok in the Jedi movie. He was in the Harry Potter movies. He played a couple of characters. One of the professors and one of the goblin bankers. He also had a series on HBO, I think, that was produced by Ricky Gervais. It was funny. The show was funny. Willow, most of you are familiar with this. He finds a baby. Warwick Davis finds a baby who's, I guess, prophesied to be, to bring down the evil queen, sorceress bitch that's ruling the land. So he's trying, she's hunting down the baby. He's trying to protect her. He runs across Val Kilmer as Med Mardigan, I think his name was. He's like a knight, or, he's a fighter, he's a warrior. So they team up. I really like this one. It recently came out on Blu-ray. I've yet to pick that up, but the DVD, this particular version, is out of print. Kevin Pollak was in this movie. He plays one of the little miniature wild men. If you don't know what Kevin Pollak is, he's a comedian actor. He was in House Arrest, the movie where the kids lock up their parents in the basement. Jamie Lee Curtis was in there. He was in The Usual Suspects. I think he plays poker too. But yeah, Willow. Most of you should know about this one. I think it came about the same time as The Dark Crystal and The Neverending Story. But yeah, Val Kilmer before he got really fat. Oh, that's part 7. Stay tuned for part 8.